What is up, you guys? It's D-Man HD and I am back, and today we are doing our Week 4 recap of the Buffalo Bills at the Las Vegas Raiders game. And oh my god, can I say how much I love Josh Allen? He is an MVP candidate. Sean McDermott is a Coach of the Year candidate. Look at this team. The Bills' pride and joy last year was their defense. Their defense... Now, granted, in the second half, they played amazing football. They forced turnovers. Josh Norman, I have to say, probably was the defensive MVP of that game. He did the peanut punch. He gets that little, gets the fumble recovery, and then this play happens.
Had to wonder about his conditioning, but boy, what a Bills debut. As he jars the football loose, gets it back to Josh Allen. They'll try to build on a 7-point lead. Allen taking a shot. Up in the air, it is caught. Allen dropping a dime, and Diggs with a stroke of genius.
God, I love Stephon Diggs too. That was the best acquisition of the offseason for the Buffalo Bills. And anybody saying that the Bills overpaid, you just don't understand. The fact that you got your number one wide receiver, and he's playing this amazing for the Buffalo Bills already, they did not overpay. Anyone saying he's a diva in the locker room, he's the... Like, I want to show you something. Look at what's happening here. Stephon Diggs is actually looking over Matt Barkley when Josh Allen went out. He's the only player there talking to Matt Barkley, telling him, you know what, you got this. No matter what happens, we got this. You can do it. I don't want to hear anything about Stephon Diggs being a diva. Even after last week, when he didn't get the game-winning touchdown, Tyler Kroft did. What's happening? He's the first person there, hyping him up, clapping him up. Yeah, let's go, bud. Let's go, man. Let's go. And picking him up. I don't want to hear anything saying Stephon Diggs is a diva. I don't want to hear anything saying Josh Allen's inaccurate. He's throwing for 72% completion percentage, I believe, on the year. He has a 158.3 pass rating on passes, I believe, over 15 or 20 yards. Either way, he's thrown one interception. I don't care about that. That interception doesn't matter. What else has he done? Oh, that's right. He does not turn the ball over in the red zone. He continues to be the most efficient quarterback in the red zone. No picks in the red zone whatsoever. I think it's now 45 career touchdowns. No interceptions in the red zone. Yeah, this kid's kind of good. And he did this game on a little banged up shoulder. No guarantee, like, it was a non-throwing shoulder, of course, but, I mean, Stephon Diggs played amazing. That play where he just mossed Eric Harris was phenomenal. I'm not going to lie, when I was watching that, I got very, very hyped watching that. It made me so happy looking at that play and realizing that we truly now have a number one wide receiver in Buffalo who loves it there. Josh Allen, yes, his 300-yard streak game is over. He threw for 288 yards, but he still threw for 288 yards. He threw for 2 touchdowns, and I think he ran for 1. Singletary got his first touchdown of the year. It's going to be interesting to see how the Bills play against the Tennessee Titans. If this game does happen, I mean, it's looking like the Bills are going to play this game. If the Bills can go to 5-0, that's huge. I think they got to start talking about possibly making a move at the trade deadline. They have to re-sign Matt Milano. He is a must. He's a big contributor to every play on the Bills' defense. But I'm looking at, like, you know, what Buffalo is doing as a whole. I mean, like, Cole Beasley made that circus catch where he's getting flipped, catches it, gets the touchdown. John Brown, I want you guys to analyze this throw by Josh Allen.
Return is questionable. Beautiful fake on the handoff. That pass from Allen is caught by Brown, and he is just...
That throw was a perfect throw to John Brown. I still don't understand how it wasn't considered a touchdown, because if you look at it, he has his hands around the ball. The ball is past the goal line. He has a foot in the end zone, and if that wasn't good enough, his knee is down in the end zone. and he has control of the ball, so I do not know how that was considered a first down at the 1 and not a touchdown. But either way, I will take the Buffalo Bills winning. Oakland looked good. Derek Carr made some history for the Raiders as he became the most, I think he threw for the most passing touchdowns in Raider history. He now has 161 or 51. I think it's 151 touchdowns as the Raiders quarterback. Now, I found that very weird that it was only 151 touchdowns for the franchise, but he made some history. He played pretty well. I mean, the defense of the Bills stepped up in the second half because in that first half they looked like Swiss cheese. I mean, Derek Carr was just slicing them open with these passes down the middle, and like when you look at some of the coverages, these players were wide open, and there was no one near them. They had 5 yards of care. They had 5 yards of catch at some points. Sometimes there was a gash of a run. They did contain Josh Jacobs, though. Josh Jacobs did not have as big of a game as a lot of people expected him to. He's a top-tier running back in the NFL, and he did not do much against this Buffalo defense. But one player on defense that really stood out to me in a bad way was A.J. Klein. I think this man is a true liability on the coverage side. On the Jason Witten play, he's just standing there, and then because Witten is standing wide open, Klein's nowhere near him, and then he's still nowhere near him when Witten's running away. Jason Witten got huge separation from AJ Klein in the end zone. How are you at the 2-yard line and you get him 3-yard separation? He was wide open, AJ. That is inexcusable. But one player that I loved on defense was Josh Norman. I mean, he played phenomenal. One player on offense that no one's really talking about for the Buffalo Bills, Gabriel Davis, the rookie, out of UCF. This kid is a baller. He is one of Josh Allen's favorite targets, and Josh Allen has 4 people to throw it to. He has Stephon Diggs, he has John Brown, he has Cole Beasley, he has Gabriel Davis. He doesn't even have to throw it to Dawson Knox or Singletary or Tyler Kroft. He's playing with 4 receivers who could be amazing. I could seriously see the Bills having 3 1,000-yard receivers. I could see Beasley having 800. I can see Josh Allen throwing for 4,000 yards this year, 200 to the tight ends and running backs, 800 to Beasley, 1,000 to Gabriel Davis, John Brown, and Stephon Diggs. Diggs is already on pace to have 1,000 yards this year. There's no surprise on that. Josh Allen is playing amazing. Stephon Diggs is playing amazing. Singletary played really well in the sense where he stepped up as the number 1 back. No Zach Moss. He carried the load. He had no problem. He made a lot of people miss. I would like the Buffalo Bills defense to be a little tighter next week against the Tennessee Titans. They're not going to have Matt Milano, as Sean McDermott said he's week to week, so which means he probably will not play this week against the Tennessee Titans, which hurts the run game against Derrick Henry, who's probably the league's best back, if not top 3 running back in the league. So not having your best linebacker in the run stuff area kind of hurts that, but I'm hoping the Bills can get some pressure and force Tannehill to force a throw to Tre'Davious or Josh Norman or Teron Johnson or maybe even Levi Wallace if he plays, because I think Levi Wallace is day-to-day and so is Winters, or maybe Levi is week-to-week. I don't remember what they analyzed him as. But Tremaine Edmonds also looks a little lost in coverage, and I don't know. I've always noticed Tremaine Edmonds is a better rusher on the defensive side, and he's kind of lost in coverage. I feel like they put him as the QB spy, and he just stands there, and then when he's in the middle of the field, somebody's just running a slant and it gets past him. So Buffalo should work on that with Tremaine Edmonds, but I'm not going to really complain about that. If I'm the Bills, and I'm being honest here, I might look at a pass rusher from a team that's not doing too well, maybe the Giants or the Jaguars or someone like that, and they have a pass rusher on the market. I'd look to see if I can get a pass rusher in the trade deadline for a 5th or 6th round pick and get some quarterback pressure, because Buffalo's getting pressures but they're not getting sacks. Quinton Jefferson had a huge strip sack in the Raiders, and it helped the Bills kill a lot more of the clock. That's going to be the end of this recap, guys. The Buffalo Bills advanced to 4-0 on the air. They're going up against the Tennessee Titans. I do think the Bills can go 5-0. And then they got the Kansas City Chiefs hosting them on a Thursday night football game. Buffalo Bills, they look like a really good team. Top 2-3 team in the AFC. And Josh Allen is a true MVP candidate. I hate to say it. Actually, no, I don't hate to say it. I love to say Josh Allen is an MVP candidate. And I know you guys are going to say, no, he hasn't. He's played nobody. Everyone was going to say the Rams are a top-tier defense. Everyone was saying the Bills are going to lose to the Raiders. So don't tell me, that the Bills aren't a good team. The Bills are a great team, and Josh Allen is playing amazing. He is playing like the best quarterback out of that draft class. Lamar is the best player. Josh Allen is the best passer out of that draft class, and you can't convince me otherwise. I'm DMN HD, and I'm out. Peace.